What is going on, my crew? This is Rusty, and welcome to another episode of Rusty Discovers. In today's episode, we're going to be working on a lot of things. But first, as per usual, I'd like to show you guys what I have done off camera. Quite a few things, as you guys can see right down there. I have wired up this guy to be self-sufficient. And expanded a lot. I changed the way our beautiful house, expanded out this way. One thing that we haven't done yet that's a quality of life thing is I still haven't upgraded our inventory. So it is very much still a bit archaic. But man, oh man, have we got a lot of iron and steel. Let me put away some of this stuff and get over here. I got a cat hair in my mouth. When we get closer, we start getting hurt, and that is because this kinetic dynamo right now is giving off stuff. Now, one thing that we can do automatically at the top here is the output, but we can put, or move this around, rather, until... I want to make sure that that's working. Yep. Until it gets there. Now, there's a big difference between relay. We got some... I got to get that. Between a relay and a wire connector. So we'll build the relay next. That allows us to relay it. But this is a connector. So this is connecting to this. A relay is going to allow for two points or more to be connected at once. So we can't then... connect this, say, to pop down here. We can't connect this, say, over to there. We have to make a new output, say, here, and then connect it to here. So a relay allows us to sort of connect to a point and then connect from that point to a point. That way, what we can do is we can put the output here, put a relay, say, right over here, connect it to that, and then connect it to that. But each time we want to connect to something, we need to have one of these connectors or a relay. So, pretty important distinction there. So, first things first, we do not have any bronze plates. So, let's get that going, and then I'll be right back. We should be able to get this thing going pretty quickly here. We need a few more of these wires. What? There we go. And then put one of these iron ingots in the middle. And Bob's your uncle. We'll get the bronze plate. I believe it said everywhere but there. And then the only thing we need other than that is a steel plate. There we go. Steel plate. And that should give us our sturdy casing. Perfect. Let's go get some glass panes. Alright, so if you guys had forgotten, the way we make these glass pieces is by throwing it in the crucible. There's another way you can make them that's probably a lot faster, but I didn't want to go through the tediousness of it. At some point, I'll just have to make a ton of glass. You can actually pour it, or put it into your little doohickey guy over here. And that'll make your glass for you. You just need to use a seared faucet to get it into the thing. I'm very descriptive today, so super helpful. Alright, we got our two glass. We'll pop back down to the basement and work from there. Alright, so now that we have our two glass, we're going to put it here, and that makes us a centrifuge. Now this guy, I believe, is going to need to be powered. So we're going to have to make a relay and power it. But for now, the important thing is we're going to place this guy right here. now we can collect on our stuff. This literally has no reward? What? Alright. We'll see if this seed crate actually has like a tree. Soybean. Oh. Actually, soybean is a huge deal. We need to plant that right now. So soybean, if we get the squeezer, we can have meat for days. Because you just make tofu on everything. Because it's not real life. I don't care about eating tofu. But in real life, that stuff is gross, man. Alright. Let's get this going. We're going to need 2 relays. Or connectors, rather. So that's just copper and hardened clay. So that's pretty easy. And I think it makes quite a bit. I think it makes like 4 or something like that. So we'll do that right now. Yeah, it makes 4. Okay. And then what about this relay? Well, that's just 2? Okay. So that one's pretty easy. We'll make that now, just to get that out of the way. Why is my inventory always full? Put that right there. All right. Now we'll be able to use this dripping comb in the centrifuge just to make it so that we have something to test with. So we'll throw that in here. We'll put this here. Now, here's the thing. Assuming this works, we need this guy to be orange. Blue means input. Orange means output. Then we'll connect that there. And then very easily, we can do this and this. And if that works, very good. Now it's doing it. Pulling the energy from our box, as you guys can see. And boom, we got honey drops. Oh, and we got honeydew. Okay, so this guy is working. Don't get too close. You'll get shocked. One last thing. If, for some reason, you got to this point and you screwed up, all you got to do is take your engineer's cutters and snip that here. I'm not going to do it because I like my machine where it's at. But that will get you your wire back because I think, yeah, I don't think you can, do that very easily. All right, cool. So now we have basic electricity going on here. I'm hoping that in order to get the rubber tree sapling, it doesn't mean we're going to have to go through all sorts of stuff. Alright, so it's morning time. I'm not seeing anything that doesn't tell us that these saplings are in the wild or not in the wild. So let's do an inventory dump here. And what I'd like to do is go out and see if we can't find some rubber tree saplings. Pretty much throw away everything into this. Never know, we might need this. And we'll pretty much grab all our food from the little snack stuff that we get along the way. We're going to go off this way. This basically, I think that way would have our best chance for rubber tree sapling. Tech Reborn is essentially... I want a couple of those because we don't see those often. Tech Reborn is essentially Industrial Craft 3. So, oh, nice. Look at all this stuff. We need to start getting better about gardening here because we have so much that we need to start planting. I don't know if we consider this cheating. But I found a whole bunch of these rubber tree saplings. I saw this village here and I was like, Wait, I'm pretty sure that Tech Reborn always puts some sort of something in a village, and we have a village that's right near us. But unfortunately, I didn't take the time to go check there. But these are definitely rubber tree saplings, and the ones that we need. So we got a bunch of sap now, and yeah, the only problem is, whoops, we're all the way over here. But the good news is, check this out. Somewhere in most of these villages is a little waypoint thing. But this guy right here, this waypoint thing, we can now, boom, for a few levels, and we're right back at home. Which, pretty awesome. Gotta like that. I will ignore him. And we'll head back home so that we can process this sap. But this should convert this into rubber. And then, of course, with our rubber saplings, as long as we can actually make these into, like, planks or something like that, then we can plant these. I've been planting things spaced out recently rather than, like, super, super close together. And these especially we want to do that with because we're going to need to actually, like, keep them around. So we'll do... Probably that should be good to start. Maybe we might do another set here, here, here. And then that should hopefully be good. So we'll make the conveyor belt. And then we'll quickly make the dropper conveyor belt. And then, as you guys will see, if we put this guy going this way, then we have that happening. And then, so let's say that we want to bring this up. I believe what we do is we have this going this way, and I think, okay, they don't automatically attach. I wonder, vertical conveyor belt. Okay. So, the way this needs to work is the most dumbest way in the world. So we're gonna have it going, I suppose, this way, and then that, and that, and that. Wrong. Oh, I guess not really wrong. Okay. So then that way as well. And then we shouldn't need a hopper because it should, with this little dropping dude, go right on the money. And if we take our stuff, bloop, bloop, perfect. So now the charcoal or cocoa comes out, drops in, boom. And then I guess what we need to do next is set a little chest here that we need to make. And okay, so then what we need to do actually is set a hopper here and a chest on top of the hopper and put iron in there. And that should start making this guy Is that... Really? Hold up. Is it automatically figuring out where to put it? It is. So this is the... Okay. I gotcha. Alright, so... What we want to do is we want to first see, does that work directly there? Okay, so we got our 1 steel ingot, and then we got our byproduct here. So we need to make a couple more chests to make this more semi-automatic. Chest number 1 is going to go in the back, and that is going to be for our... Okay, so this guy's going to be for the slag. And then I want to test something out here. So if I put this here, and then I take some iron, and we're going to have to regulate this. Oh, you know what? I put it in here. There's got to be a way to regulate this, because if not, we're going to be kind of in a silly position. Okay, so that doesn't pull. I bet you... Yeah, extracting conveyor belt right here. So this is just going to extract for us. But we don't necessarily want that right now, because we want to, like I said, be able to regulate it. So this guy is essentially going to, at least for now, make it semi-automated. All we need to do is throw our steel in there, and that'll make our steel for us. This guy is hard at work making all of the charcoal that we could possibly ever want. Yeah. I think that about wraps up this episode. This took a lot longer to record than I thought it would, and I ripped apart my house. So, anyways, guys, between now and the next episode, we're going to get a better inventory system going. Basically, what I want is I want to be able to store all of our valuables into drawers. And then other than that, we're just going to keep everything in a chest system. Essentially, it's fairly manual. But I'm also going to work on creating something better than what we have here. And also, next episode, we're going to talk about power and how we're going to make better power. There's the thermoelectric generator, which we can use. But more importantly, there's the improved windmill, which we haven't even tried doing yet. I think there might be a couple other things here that we might want to attempt getting just for better power. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it for me. It helps out a lot. And if you really liked it, consider hitting that subscribe button. But until next time, happy mining and crafting.